Good evening, everyone. It's January 10th, and I call this meeting to order. Next up is the Pledge of Allegiance from the Parkwood High School ROTC. Please stand.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. And thank you for Parkwood High School ROTC for coming tonight. It's great. Thank you. Okay, next, I need an approval of the agenda.
So move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
9-0. Thank you. First up is John H. Crowder Service Award, Reverend Kirkpatrick.
All right.
Good evening, everyone. The late John H. Crowder spent more than 30 years serving the children of Union County. As a living tribute to him and his legacy, the Union County Board of Education awards the John H. Crowder Service Award every month to an outstanding high school student who is making a difference in their community and school. Students who receive this award are not only academically successful, but also have an established history of community service. Tonight, we award the John H. Crowder Service Award for January to a senior at Parkwood High School. Maddie Simpson is ranked in the top 5 of her class. She is the type of student who volunteers regularly. Maddie serves as the National Honor Society president and is a member of Beta Club, both service-oriented clubs. In those clubs, she has participated in breakfast events for the community and campus cleanups, among other things. She has tutored numerous students in calculus. Lord have mercy, very good. It's too late for me. English and other math classes. Maddie has proven to be a valuable asset when working with others from diverse backgrounds. She has an innate ability to see things from different perspectives. Maddie has spent her life serving others through youth groups, mission trips, and coordinating volunteer opportunities in the community. She has a true vision of what one person can accomplish to better the lives and happiness of those near and far. Maddie is a highly capable and engaged student. Her dedication to her studies is impressive, and her leadership among her peers is unparalleled. Board members and those who are joining us tonight, please join me in congratulating Maddie Simpson as the January 2023 recipient of the John H. Crowder Service Award.
Thank you. Next up is Dr. Harris. Next up is Dr. Harris.
Good evening.
Good evening.
We are pleased to recognize 2 outstanding employees who have been named UCPS Influencers for January 2023. Practice that. This program celebrates the passion, dedication, and hard work of UCPS employees. Each month, our staff members, students, families, and community members nominate a UCPS employee to be recognized for the positive influences they've had on our organization. Each honoree will receive an Amazon gift card. Additionally, Honda of Indian Trail has partnered with UCPS to provide discounts at the dealership and a meal for the instructional winner and the entire school staff. Tonight, I am honored to present Chrissy Rose, AIG teacher at Porter Ridge Middle School, and the non-instructional winner, Crystal Walther, a bookkeeper at Marvin Ridge High School. I will invite the nominators to the podium to read their submissions and recognize our honorees' accomplishments.
I think that takes care of the first part of this. Okay. Good evening. I am Austin Carnes, a freshman at Porter Ridge High, and Miss Rose will come up and join me. In the year that I had Miss Rose, she created an environment where students felt comfortable with her and talked to her about their school and home lives. She created an environment where every student could feel appreciated for their own individual talents and abilities in an academically gifted class. This environment was influential to me as a person and helped me grow, learn, and perform better academically. She was unbelievably accepting of us all and saw things in so many of her students that many of us hadn't seen or realized about ourselves. She cares and loves all her students. She cares and loves her students and makes instruction clear and easy for her students. In the year I had her, she took charge of 3 blocks worth of students with different abilities, perspectives, and ways of thought, and helped us all to work both together and independently in a constructive manner. I will always be appreciative of the influence Mrs. Rose had on me as a person and a student. She's a major inspiration to me, and I'm beyond grateful that I had the opportunity to have her class.
Good evening. My name is Angela Baker,
Good evening.
and I'm a secretary at Marvin Ridge High School. And this is Krista Walther, our influencer. So many things I can say about her, but I will stick to the script. Krista has been the bookkeeper at Marvin Ridge High School for about 10 years now, and she is so good at her job that we often tease her that she treats her job as if though she's spending her own money. Krista is very diligent about every detail of her job and every task that she has to do. She's often interrupted throughout the day with various questions and concerns from other staff members. She patiently assists everyone. She answers every question about benefits, coverage, attendance, retirement, school supplies, and many more, still while doing her own job. Krista exemplifies the definition of a true team player. Our school motto is one team, one mission, and I have to tell you, Krista lives it daily. She assists everyone who stops by her office with a quick question many times every day. She is one of the most kind-hearted, patient, and considerate people that I know, and I'm glad she won.
I will now read the UCPS Influencers Proclamation from the Board of Education and Dr. Houlihan. Whereas the Union County Board of Education values the hard work of each employee within the district. Whereas performance is an essential part of district operations. Whereas Chrissy Rose and Krista Withers exemplify the performance, dedication, teamwork essential to the success of the district and its students. Now, therefore, we, the Board of Education for Union County Public Schools and Dr. Andrew G. Houlihan, Superintendent, hereby proclaim Chrissy Rose and Krista Withers as the Union County Public Schools influencer for the month of January 2023. Congratulations.
Next is public comments. I'm going to wait till everybody gets out. Okay. At every regular meeting of the board, up to 60 minutes has been allotted for public comments. The board will not respond to public comments. However, a member may ask that the chair obtain clarification. Residents, parents, students, and employees of the district will receive priority on the list of speakers. If a speaker is not present when his or her name is called, the opportunity to speak will be considered waived. Only persons signed up may speak. Speakers may not give their time to another person or have someone else speak on their behalf. Speakers may address the board for a maximum of 3 minutes. The board will not hear in open session complaints about the performance of school personnel. 2, personnel issues, and 3, confidential student issues. Should a speaker wish to seek information or share items that may not be shared during public comments, members of UCPS cabinet staff are available to address your concerns or provide information. Cabinet staff members are seated at the table to my left. So the first person on the list is Jen Sanders. What?
That was quick.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, ready? Do I push a button? Sorry. Okay.
Yep.
Ready? All right. Hello, board, and Happy New Year. I wanted to say that I appreciate you taking the time to listen to all the brave people who came last month to speak about the GSA clubs. Here's the thing. They weren't only speaking about the clubs. They were also talking about the full LGBTQI community as a whole. See, I'm a cisgender white woman, and I'm an ally. I'm someone who accepts and supports others. I'm an ally to all. And in a district with 41,000 students, in a district with this large, and it has a very large LGBTQIA community full of kids from L to I and all in between. These kids deserve safe spaces from elementary to high school. I am a parent to a fantastic transgender son who has had straight A's since he started middle school. What he hasn't had is he hasn't been safe. He tells me he doesn't feel safe at school, and we're looking at changing that. And while I would like to give a shout out to Miss Perry and to the full staff at Cuthbertson Middle School, they have done a fantastic job reaching out to me and helping me with this situation. But that's the thing. They look out for every child. And the kicker is every child deserves the best education that this district can give to them, the best that we can offer every student. Do you know what that could help? Here's a few things. Allowing teachers to have an ally flag. That allows students to know that they have a safe place in the classroom. It doesn't mean the teachers are groomers. It's a scare tactic. What it does mean is students feel less scared. Number 2, safe space stickers. Does the same thing. 3, the use of pronouns. This just shows that you respect their gender identity and creates a more inclusive space for all children. What is the harm? Really, I'm asking, what is the harm? I'll tell you. Some policies that include wording such as gender-affirming care, gender identity, and sexual orientation, that can be harmful. People fail to get along because they fear each other, and they fear each other because they don't know each other, and they don't know each other because they've not communicated with each other. That is a quote from the great Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. Maybe we don't need policies that exclude an already at-risk group of students or put teachers and staff at risk for supporting them. How about we communicate with them instead of alienate them? Inclusion instead of exclusion. Thank you.
Next is Mary Starnes.
Hi, I'm a lifelong resident of the Fairview community. My grandchildren go to Fairview Elementary. I'm here tonight to speak in opposition to the calendar that y'all passed in the dark of night without parental consent and then sent out before the holidays, hoping no one would notice. Your oath of office clearly states that you will support and maintain the Constitution and laws of the United States and the Constitution and laws of North Carolina. You clearly violated North Carolina law with that calendar. State law says that you have the start date should be the Monday closest to August 26th. August 9th is nowhere near that. School boards, as any government entity, should have the public trust that you will follow the law, which you clearly have not done so with this school calendar. I'm here tonight to ask you to reject this calendar, go back to the old calendar, go back to the drawing board, but you are clearly in violation of law with this calendar. Thank you.
Next, Reagan Shaw.
Mr. Sides has proposed a shockingly worded formal policy request he entitled Sexually Explicit Subject Matter. Before I discuss its content, a bit of context is in order. Historically, we have entrusted our excellent teachers and librarians to make those calls regarding explicit content using their own judgment on a case-by-case basis, because inherently there is a great and awkward difficulty in putting into words exactly where that line is. For instance, many classic novels have intensely graphic sex scenes from authors such as James Joyce, Henry Miller, Shakespeare, and even the Bible. In the dictionary, explicit is defined as describing or representing sexual activity in a graphic fashion. Pornography is generally defined as the erotic in the absence of the aesthetic or the emotional. I think that's a fair benchmark. Mr. Sides, however, has taken a very different approach to outlining what is considered sexually explicit content, specifically and intentionally targeting, I quote, subject matter involving sexual orientation and gender identity or gender-affirming care, end quote. That is a harmful, antiquated, and unlawful conflation. Let me make this absolutely clear. Judging whether content is sexually explicit or not has nothing, absolutely nothing, to do with orientation or gender. To suggest otherwise screams of a textbook case of discrimination. Our LGBTQ community cannot and will not be held to a different standard than the rest of us. Talking about important life experiences has to be open for all sexualities and identities. You cannot silence gay or trans voices because they do not conform to your heteronormative beliefs. The sacred liberties of LGBTQ students are just as important as your own. They are protected from discrimination by Title IX of the Educational Amendments Act of 1972. Any school district that decides to violate discrimination laws can expect to be sued. Consider, as just one of many examples, ACLU's federal case against Central Bucks School District in Pennsylvania. Attorneys uncovered multiple ways in which they argue the school district was creating a toxic environment for LGBTQ students, including its banning of the pride flag, its censorship within the library system, and its censorship of LGBTQ experiences within other educational materials and opportunities. The lawsuit is currently costing the school district $940 an hour. Make no mistake, here in Union County, we will do whatever it takes to stand up for the rights of our LGBTQ kids. But please, let's avoid this battle. Culture wars do not belong in our schools. They are unconstitutional, and they cost taxpayers an eye-watering amount of precious educational funds to rectify. Thank you.
Is that all the speakers? Okay, so we're done with public comments. Thank you. I need a motion to approve the meeting minutes of December 6th and December 13th.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, 9-0, thank you very much. Next, I need a motion for the consent agenda.
So move.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, 9-0, thank you. Next up is the superintendent's report.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Good evening, everyone. Happy New Year. Welcome back. Last week, I visited a number of schools throughout the district and was extremely pleased on levels of instruction, of engagement happening across the county. I want to encourage our teachers, our staff, and our students to continue to stay focused on our great momentum that we have. We have started the year off with a great success, and we definitely want to keep that during the second semester. I also want to wish our high school students the best as they prepare to take exams in the coming weeks. During the next few weeks, all of our students across all 53 schools will be reminded of our safety protocols and procedures, including who to contact if they need any kind of assistance from a safety standpoint, and how to report concerns using the UCPS tip line or the Say Something anonymous reporting system. On January 19th, we will be hosting our next Parent Education Series session. This will be held at Porter Ridge High School at 6:30 p.m. The focus is on family wellness. At this session, parents and students will learn more about healthy eating habits, physical activity, and much more to develop a healthy family. I want to congratulate and let the public know that for the first time ever, we are announcing our first high school coach of the year in the spring. This is something that we have never done before, and given the great athletic success that this county has had for many, many years, this is something that Nelson Garner and team really wanted to bring forward. I'm pleased tonight to announce our top 10 finalists, and they are Jay Niesner from Cata, Dustin Allen from Cuthbertson High School, Jamie Deese from Forest Hills, Julie Van Olden from Marvin Ridge, Johnny Sal from Monroe High School, Chris Lincecum from Parkwood, Jamie Belk from Piedmont, Shane Brown from Porter Ridge High, Michael Roy from Sun Valley, and Andy Capone from Weddington High School. So board members, in the spring, when that ceremony is planned and that announcement is made, we'll be sure to make sure that you're invited to that recognition. And finally, January is School Board Appreciation Month. I want to publicly acknowledge our wonderful Board of Education and say thank you to each of you. We appreciate all that you do. You play such a vital role in the success of UCPS, and I want to recognize your hard work, contribution, support, and leadership. On behalf of our entire team, thank you. And I would ask our staff to give you a big round of applause.
Thank you.
Board members, that concludes my report. Thank you.
Next up is Choice Schools. So at our last meeting, we discussed School of Choice, which we've had for a couple years now, and we asked for information about capacity and enrollment and things like that, and we asked staff to get in touch with Dr. McKibben, and we have staff has talked to him, but he won't be able to come to April or May, so we won't have that information until then. So I think I want to know what you guys think, but I think we should push this off until we have the information from Dr. McKibben.
Yes.
So I need a motion to do that, and I can't make one.
Motion that we delay the school of choice until we can hear from Dr. McKibben.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. 9-0. Thank you. Okay, next up is comments from board members.
Facilities is going to meet on January 25th at 9 a.m. and via Zoom. And then curriculum will meet at 10 a.m. on the 25th via Zoom.
And in the middle of that is no, that's not. I have a January 17th policy committee meeting at 8 a.m. via Zoom.
Finance will meet January 24th at 8 a.m., also via Zoom.
Stick with Zoom meetings for the committee meetings, so everybody can know that. Okay, anything else? Nothing? So I need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
All those in favor? Yes,
Aye.
aye. Thank you.